Hello and welcome to Bryan Living and Learning. I'm Sandy Ferris, Communications Director for Bryan ISD. Well, school is back in session, so we'll be bringing you news and activities from Bryan ISD, as well as some timely events from the City of Bryan. Our first story is a recap of a recent event honoring outstanding Bryan graduates. The second annual Hall of Honor took place August 18th with 8 Bryan graduates joining those inducted last year. The event at Traditions Country Club featured former White House Chief of Staff for President George W. Bush, Andrew Card, who spoke of the events of September 11th. The 2012 inductees were Travis B. Bryan Jr., the 272nd District Court Judge, Daniel Hernandez, a local attorney and community volunteer, Ronnie W. Jackson, a retired employee of the Texas AgriLife Extension Service and a longtime supporter of Bryan Viking Athletics, James K.B. Nelson, retired oil and gas industry, Sharon Cargill Reese, a community volunteer, Frank Seal, retired educator, Dr. Jerry Strauser, the Dean of the Texas A&M Mays Business School, and Crystal Galney-Zwerneman, KBTX-TV anchor. The Hall of Honor was created to recognize and honor former graduates of the Bryan Independent School District. Congratulations to these honorees whose achievements, strength of character, and citizenship serve as models to inspire and challenge today's students. Well, just a few days after the Hall of Honor, district employees came together in their annual convocation. More than 2,000 Bryan ISD employees came together for the annual district convocation on August 20th at Central Baptist Church. Kicking off the event was the national anthem sung by Rudder High School senior Lane Lampley, a UIL State Outstanding Performer for 2012. A surprise presentation from Dr. Brent Hawkins of the Region 6 Education Service Center found Christy Hancock in the limelight as she was named the Region 6 Elementary Teacher of the Year. Hancock is an art teacher at Johnson Elementary. As the Region Teacher of the Year, Christy will move to consideration for the title of Texas Teacher of the Year. Employees presented a unified front this year, wearing shirts provided in part by the Bryan ISD Education Foundation. Be the One was the theme started last year and continues to be a focus this year, as employees are being urged to go the extra degree, stepping up the effort on the path to excellence in Bryan ISD. Superintendent Dr. Tommy Wallace spoke to employees about the focus for the year, emphasizing that attitude, perseverance, beliefs, commitment, and service are the driving forces that will increase achievement.
If we don't believe in that core values that we just talked about, if we don't believe in those things, then our students are going to fail. Because here's what happens in Texas public schools, not in Bryan, but across the country. What we do is we have this mental block, okay? We have this mental block that we can't get over that hump. So what we're going to try to do is we'll go about 210 degrees. We'll go about 211 degrees. But man, we are not going to turn it up all the way, because if we don't get there, then what do? Who do we blame it on? The student, the families. If you're the high school teacher, what do? You blame it on the middle school teacher. If you're the middle school person, you blame it on the elementary school teacher. Elementary school teachers blame it on the parents. Moms blame it on dads. So you know that your belief is what you have to have that's very, very positive. In fact, what I have written down here is whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right.
Convocation concluded with an inspiring musical performance by some Bryan High fine arts teachers.
This is the moment. This is the day. This is the moment when I know I'm on my way. Every endeavor I have made ever is coming into place here and now today. This is the moment, this is the time when the momentum and the moment are in rhyme. Give me this moment. moment, this moment, this moment, I'll gather up my past and make some sense at last. This is the moment, my final test. Destiny beckoned, I never reckoned second best. This is the day, just see it shine, when all I live for becomes mine. This is the moment, this is the day, when I can open up tomorrow like a flower and put my hand to everything that I plan to, fulfill my grand design, see all my stars align. This is the moment, am all the art. This day or never, I sit forever with the gods. When I look back, I will recall, moment for moment, this was the moment, the greatest moment of them all, the greatest moment, moment of them all.
Follow the path to great country music in downtown Bryan as the United States Navy Band performs a free country music concert at the Palace Theater on September 14th at 7 p.m. Through the years, Country Current has performed with some of country music's biggest stars, including the Statler Brothers, Alison Krauss, and Bill Monroe. Admission is free, so come enjoy the country sounds of the United States Navy Band on September 14th at 7 p.m.
Well, now that we're back in school, the City of Bryan has an important reminder for you about the use of cell phones in school zones.
Well, you may have noticed some new signs around the school zones in the City of Bryan. Signs that say cell phone use prohibited, fines up to $200. Now, this law went into effect back in September of 2009, and we've been educating our citizens ever since then. But now the signs are up. That means that this law is enforceable, and it's a Class C misdemeanor of a fine of $200 plus court fees and state fees. Now, the important is the safety of the children. We want to stay focused on our driving when we're coming through the school zone, and we want both hands on the wheel. Now, there is an exception. If you do have a hands-free device, that means something with a speakerphone. You can drive through the school zone as long as your hands are available for driving, or if you have a phone that can go to speakerphone, your cell phone device, you can also drive through the school zone that way. Now, also, if you're parked on the side of the road waiting for your child to come out of the school and you're not driving the vehicle, you may operate your cell phone that way as well. So it is distraction in the vehicle, and we're trying to limit our distraction. So it is a good law to help get drivers focused on keeping both hands on the wheel, keeping your head on a swivel, and looking out for those little ones that might be running out in the road.
You pay me because you can trust me. Don't worry, I've got it covered. Just trust me, everything will be just fine.
Cell phone use in school zones is illegal. Put your cell phones down and concentrate on your driving to protect the little ones out in the school zones.
Well, the first day of school is always a busy time in Bryan ISD. We'll show you some of those activities, starting with what some students and teachers think about going back to school.
What I like best about school starting again is seeing my friends.
I'm glad to be back in school because I get to coach my new cross-country team.
Woo! What I like about coming back to school is doing work. I love outside time. I did it outside. But yesterday we gone outside and it was too hot. I'm glad to be back at school because I'm in Kickstart.
We're happy to be back in school because we want to graduate.
I'm glad to be back in school because I miss my teachers.
I'm glad to be back in school because of the sculpture class.
So I'm glad to be back at school because I'm excited about working with the new kids this summer. I got a new co-worker, and it's going to be a great year.
The thing I like about school is you get to learn new things. We have homework and we learn to read.
Because I want to learn. Education is wonderful.
The best thing about school is we get recess. The best thing about school is to learn. I'm glad to be in school.
Because?
Because I like school.
We're glad to be back at school to see our friends.
Bryan ISD began the fall semester on August 27th with about 15,000 students in attendance. Bryan High School kicked off the new school year with a Viking Bash open house. New Principal Lamont Dean welcomed parents and introduced his administrative staff. The athletic department also introduced coaches and players. At Houston Elementary, magician Todd McKinney entertained students with magic tricks while emphasizing the importance of maintaining a positive attitude. Thanks to parents, students, faculty, and staff who helped make it a great first day back at school.
Hi, I'm JP Ingham with the Bryan Police Department. I'd like to invite all citizens to the National Night Out kickoff event, which we will host September the 15th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Bryan Target. All the activities will be free of charge to the general public. There will be food and drinks. We'll have bounce houses for the kids. This year we brought in some stuff with the fire department. We hope to have a actual live burn there this year to demonstrate how a sprinkler system works versus non-sprinkler system. PHI comes in and they land in the parking lot, which is a crowd favorite, and they take off. And there will be plenty of activities for all to have and see. The main goal of the kickoff event is to get our citizens excited about National Night Out. National Night Out will be October the 2nd, and we hope that all the citizens in our community take the time to host a party, get together, and to meet their neighbors. Again, this event is September the 15th at 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Bryan Target. We hope to see you there.
West Nile virus has been in the news lately. The City of Bryan has some tips and advice for you on how to control the mosquito population in your area.
As you know, Brazos County Health Department has identified Brazos County as being a positive county for West Nile virus. What that means is they have had positive tests for the virus in their mosquito trapping program. Now, what the City of Bryan is trying to do is supplement homeowners' efforts to help curb their mosquito problems. What we're doing is we're providing plunks and dunks, depending on the body size of water you have to treat. A dunk will treat up to 100 square feet of water. Plunks will treat 50 square feet of water. We're trying to limit the plunk usage to residents only and the dunk usage to neighborhood associations and homeowners associations. Homeowners in Bryan have all the tools they need to help fight their mosquito problem. The plunks and dunks that the city is providing to them are used for areas that water cannot be drained or water that is not actually running. Homeowners can do all sorts of things: drain water, wear DEET, proper clothing, stay in dusk and dawn, all the 4 Ds that we're always told about. But there's other little smaller things that you probably just don't think about. Stuff like, where does water stand? Where does it accumulate? Where do most mosquitoes breed? Places like rain gutters that are full of leaves are prime breeding habitat for mosquitoes, and people don't even really think about that. Overgrown yards, overgrown shrubs, stuff like that is perfect habitat for mosquitoes to hang around. If you want to go out there and kind of actually curb the biting mosquito problem, you'd help eliminate a little bit of that overgrown grass, brush, stuff like that. Take away their prime habitat and take away their, the attraction of a good place to breed. For neighborhood associations and homeowner associations, we have COBMAP, City of Bryan Mosquito Abatement Program, which focuses on providing dunks for neighborhood associations and homeowners associations, as well as plunks for residential customers also. The City of Bryan has instituted a targeted spray fogging program for hotspots that are identified by Brazos Health Department. Now, for any, details about mosquitoes and stuff like that, you want to go to the Brazos County Health Department at brazoshealth.org. They're going to be your real professionals on mosquitoes in this, and the West Nile virus topic.
Last time we introduced you to a new feature on Bryan Living and Learning, the Superintendent's Video Blog with Dr. Tommy Wallace. In this episode, Dr. Wallace visits Johnson Elementary and talks about the importance of good attendance in our schools.
That is the coolest thing. How cool is that? Hello, my name is Dr. Tommy Wallace. I'm Superintendent of Bryan Independent School District, and I want to welcome you back to our video blog. Today's topic is going to be about attendance. Attendance is a topic and an issue that many think is boring, a topic that many don't talk about, but it's a very important topic. And the reason it's so important is if a student doesn't come to school every day or as much as they possibly can, then they're going to miss out on activities like you just witnessed here at Johnson Elementary School. As I watched the activity we just watched, you see students who are involved, you see students excited, you see students who are interactive, you see a teacher that's excited about learning. If a student's not in school, they will miss out on that opportunity, and that's something that can't be replicated at home. So we really want to encourage all students to come to school each and every day to Bryan Independent School District. Now, if a student doesn't come, then there's some consequences to that, and those consequences could be, number one, they could be in danger of failing. We don't want any of our students to fail. Parents, you send your students here to get a great education. You send your students to Bryan schools to be safe. And if they don't come each and every day to school, then what's going to wind up happening is our students are going to be in danger of failing. They're going to fall further behind each and every year. We want the students here. We want to teach them. We want to love them. And we want them here in our schools. Another one is you get older, and even at the younger ages, you have the consequence of truancy court. By law, the state of Texas requires students to come to school 90% of the time, and that is what they call the 90% compulsory attendance law. We, by law, are required to report to the courts any student and their parents whose students do not comply with that 90% compulsory attendance law. That's a consequence we don't want to have to follow through with, but it's one we're required to follow through with by law. So please ensure that your students are going to be in school. If they're not, and we realize that students are going to get sick, we realize that students are going to feel ill, then all we ask you to do is give us a call at your campus level. Call. If you don't know that phone number, please call us at 979-209-1000, and we'll forward your phone call to the appropriate campus. But schools don't have crystal balls, and if we don't know where your student is, then we're going to assume that they could possibly be hurt, they could possibly be ill. We don't know unless you call and tell us. So we have to have a communication level between the school and the home. The next thing we want to talk about is really, if we don't set the expectation as parents and as school of coming to school every day, then it's setting them up for a pattern throughout life. We want to set that pattern and that habit that each and every day a student comes to school. That's their job, just like we come to work every day. So parents, again, we're setting habits that they'll follow the remainder of their life. Many students have reported not coming to school because they failed to do their homework or that they're just tired. So if we have a set routine at the house where they go to bed at a certain hour and there's a set time that they do their homework, a set place that they do their homework, then those students will feel more comfortable coming to school. And parents, we encourage you that if there's something that's keeping your child from coming to school that they've expressed to you, please contact us, let us know, because we really want your children to be safe. We want your children to have a quality education, but it takes a communication between the home and the school. When you work with us as a school district and we work with you as the parents or the guardians of students, they will be successful, and that's exactly what we want with all the students in Bryan Independent School District. Well, as you can see at Johnson Elementary School, students are excited about learning, and they're excited about coming to school. So I'll be back in a few weeks, and we'll talk about other topics and other programs and other schools in Bryan Independent School District that we're extremely proud of. But first, let's find out just how many of our kids are going to have perfect attendance at Johnson this year. Hey, class, I hate to interrupt. I would never interrupt a classroom, but it's so important for me to find out. So tell me, how many of you, by a show of hands, are going to have perfect attendance this school year? Raise your hand. Well, let's see. Most of us raised our hand. Now, I know we're going to have perfect attendance because you all want to be with your teacher, and we're very proud of each and every one of you.
In addition to being featured here on Bryan Living and Learning, Dr. Wallace's blog can be seen on Channel 16 throughout the week, and it's on the Bryan ISD website. Well, Texas Reds is coming up in October. Bryan Parks and Recreation's Gwen Schillings gives us the details.
Well, this is the 6th year of Texas Red Steak and Grape Festival. We're very excited. A lot of new things are happening this year. We're starting the event out Friday night, of course, on the 12th of October. And with that, we're going to have both stages going with the Rockefellers on North Stage and Texas Tornadoes headlining with Texas Twisters opening on the main stage. We'll have all our vendors out that night too. We've got over probably 50 vendors coming in this year. Also taking place on Friday night, we'll have our steak plates on sale, and you can purchase those Friday and Saturday as well. Our shuttle will be going, free shuttle from Glenn College down to downtown area. Friday night we will be open. It's free to the public from 5 p.m. till 10:30 that night. Saturday we'll be open from 10 a.m. till 10:30. There is a nominal fee for $5 for 13 and older on Saturday. The shuttle will be running again all day Saturday. Of course, we have our parking garage open that day, and there will be plenty of parking down there. We have our vendors that will be selling wares Friday and Saturday night. In that area, we'll be doing chef demonstrations at the Palace Theater. And this year we're bringing in something really fun with the school districts. We're going to be doing a culinary competition, and that will be taking place that morning along with the Health Science Center, who is sponsoring that area. They'll be doing some medical hour type promotions and doing some things for the public, which will be really great health awareness. And then our chef demonstrations with the Harry Bikers headlining this year again. Also, Saturday, North Stage will be having all of our great locals with Ruthie Foster headlining. And right before Ruthie Foster gets on that stage, we're going to do something a little different this year. We're going to have a chow down. And our food trucks are coming in on Bryan Avenue this year. They are involved with the Brazos Valley Chow Down League, and they are going to promote this, and we're going to have some people out there competing with this chow down. Should be quite exciting. And then Ruthie Foster will headline. Then main stage will kick off at 7 p.m. and opening for Roger Kreger, our Aggie, will be Johnny Lee and the Urban Cowboy Band. So we've got some at 7 o'clock, Johnny Lee will kick off, and at 9 o'clock we'll have Roger Kreger. And I think that's going to be a great diverse for the community down there that evening. Of course, our favorites will be down there as far as our sports zone will be there. Now that we have the Aggie game being played in Louisiana, we will hopefully have that televised, and if so, we will be packing in the crowds at our sports zone. You can visit our website. It's up to date, and it's texasredsfestival.com. On there you can get your ticket, you can purchase your tickets, you can actually book a hotel room, you can also see kind of where we're placing, the map and where everything's going to be placed and the time of venues and that kind of thing. Also, you can, if you're interested in volunteering, we'll have an application form there. You can fill those out. We're still looking for those volunteers. It takes over 600 volunteers to do this, so we are looking for those groups to come out and have a good time, volunteer, and then enjoy the festival that day.
It's time again to stomp some grapes and eat some steak at the Texas Red Steak and Grape Festival. Enjoy different wines and beef from across the Lone Star State. Crowd favorites return, including Kids Zone, grape stomping, and shopping. Saturday night entertainment includes Johnny Lee and the Urban Cowboy Band, opening up for Aggieland's very own Roger Krager.
I don't turn it down, I turn it up.
So make plans now to attend the Texas Red Steak and Grape Festival, October 12th and 13th in historic downtown Bryan.
If you play golf at the Travis B. Bryan Municipal Golf Course, you'll be interested in a public meeting to be held September 17th from 6 to 7:30 p.m. in the Bryan City Hall Council chambers. We want to know what we're doing well, what needs improvement, and we need your suggestions to improve your experience at the golf course. Bryan Parks and Recreation has some upcoming events that you need to know about. Start Smart Soccer is registering interested players through September 10th. The program begins November 13th. Start Smart Football is also open for registration now, and that program begins October 15th. If you're interested in becoming a certified national water fitness instructor, now's your chance. The fee for the course is $247. Registration packets are available at the Bryan Aquatic Center. As always, log on to bryanparksandrecreation.com for more information.
Okay, our after-school program is starting up September 10th, and it's for ages 5 to 11 years old. The heart of our program is elementary school, after-school golf. It's to teach kids how to play. We have a 4-level program, so kids will start off with the snag golf equipment, and snag golf equipment is oversized equipment, which makes it a lot easier for kids to find success early. We don't just teach how to play golf, we also teach about rules and etiquette and kind of life lessons along with learning to play the game. We give them the skills that they need to get better at golf so that when they see success, they're going to want to do it more. And we have all the equipment, so we bring the equipment to the schools and we teach the kids how to play right there at their elementary school.
Well, we're going to close the show in a little bit different way today. I'm here at the Bryan Animal Center with Julianne, the supervisor, and we've been talking a lot about back-to-school activities and events. And Julianne, you have something here that you want to talk about.
We do. Bryan Animal Center is having our own back-to-school special right now. The whole month of September, everyone's a VIP with BAC. So all animals are going to be at VIP prices. That's very important pet. So cats are only $25 to adopt, and dogs are only $50 to adopt for the month of September.
Well, great. Well, we're going to head into the shelter and see just what's out there.
About a day or two.
Okay. Yeah. So when they're adopted, though. Well, don't forget to come to the Bryan Animal Center during September for the Back to School VIP event. For my friend Fluffernut and Teddy, I'm Sandy Ferris. Thanks for watching.